So, the deep state proves itself to be just that, a very corrupt deep state. And this investigation has proven to be fake news.
We want to get right to that big news that broke late yesterday. The Russia investigation is over. President Trump's declaring victory after the special counsel concludes there was no Trump conspiracy with Russia.
President Trump is waking up to headlines like these. Mueller finds no Trump-Russia conspiracy. And Mueller finds no Trump collusion.
There has been no collusion. This is the evidence. There has been no interference with Trump and Russia and all these allegations. There's been no obstruction of justice. And Donald J. Trump, your 45th president of the United States, has been completely and utterly exonerated because it's a nothing burger. They have nothing. All of it was based on a foundation of lies, a foundation of sand. And what we experienced from CNN, MSNBC, and virtually every other mainstream media news giant owned by the deep state, by the way, over the last several years has been libelous, defamatory, it has been hateful, it has denigrated the President of the United States, and it has costed this country greatly. It has hurt this nation. And I can only hope and pray that these same media giants, this propaganda cartel, and all of those that falsely accused our president and his family are held accountable for their crimes and are prosecuted to the full extent of the law. You know, we hear a lot about fake news. Oh, it's fake, shut down fake news. Well, if that's the case, this is the nail in the coffin for the criminal news network, CNN, and virtually every other mainstream media entity. The proof is in the pudding. So this is a great day for America. Yesterday, when this was announced, this is a boon to America. And every Democrat has to look themselves in the eye and realize they were wrong. They were absolutely wrong. And again, all of this was hearsay, and it was conspiracy theory. And because the Democrats can't get over losing the election, they were conjuring up literally a McCarthyist-era witch hunt trial, of which they were attempting to do some pretty bad things to the president. So I am so thankful that the truth has prevailed, that giant light of liberty and freedom is shining brighter than it ever has before.
I just want to tell you that America is the greatest place on earth.
You know, hopefully, this is what I'm hoping. Although the cynical side of me says it's not going to happen, I'm hoping that this brings the country together because I think this is actually a very good thing. But before we congratulate ourselves, before we sail off into the sunset and think that all is rosy gumdrops, dandelions, and chocolate-covered toffee bars, I had some toffee yesterday, my next suspicion is because the Democrats and the deep state haven't gotten their way. Nancy Pelosi's had to back off. Mueller has had to admit that. And by the way, how many millions of dollars of taxpayer funds were wasted by the Democrats? This is why a Democrat should never be in power ever again, should never be elected into any form of office ever again, especially the presidency of the United States. How wasteful have they been over the last several years? Honestly, just spending worthless dollars on a conspiracy theory. How many homeless people could have been fed in America? How many poverty-stricken children that they supposedly care about could have been fed with food and water and shelter as a result of the mismanagement and allocation of worthless taxpayer funds that went to investigating a fake case and a conspiracy theory that turned out to be a nothing burger, had absolutely nothing there.
This president has a way of trying to get into people's heads
and indoctrinate them. He's been saying no collusion, no collusion, no collusion over and over again for a long time now, and he's going to try and conclude that this report is proven.
It's a tragedy. And what I see coming ahead, because these Democrats aren't going to stop at anything, and notice that there's no contrition. Are you noticing any apologies? Are you seeing anyone apologize? Are you seeing any of these talking heads admit that they were wrong? No. In fact, they're already spinning the story another direction. They're wailing and crying like a bunch of crybabies, which is exactly what they are. And what I fear the deep state is going to engineer next, and this is coming regardless of Trump, by the way, regardless of any president in power, but they're going to engineer, in my humble opinion, a total economic and stock market collapse on Donald Trump's watch. And why are they going to do that? Simple. It's their only hope of having a chance of winning the election in 2020. Because I'll tell you this, if the economy is anywhere close to where it currently is, even though it's based on fake growth, we know that, and based on 0% interest rates, and based on bailouts, if it's anywhere near it currently is, Trump wins in a landslide. Because he has two very large talking points right now. Talking point one is he's been unfairly victimized by the mainstream media. He's been prosecuted by Mueller and the Democratic Party, which turned out to be a farce, an absolute total witch hunt, which this is now fact. And this is provable. It was a lie and a conspiracy theory. But in addition to that, the economy, at least allegedly, is doing great. People's home prices are rising. They've got money in their bank accounts. Unemployment's down. African Americans, Latinos have more employment than they ever have almost in American history if we're looking at some numbers. So by those two accounts, Trump wins by a freaking landslide. Unless the Democratic Party engineers on Trump's watch, it's coming no matter what, but they purposely engineer the largest economic and stock market crash on Trump's head and on his shoulders leading into 2020. That is the only thing that I see personally, looking at this from a broad perspective, that could potentially derail the President of the United States and his re-election bid, at least that I see. The other thing that I see could be a factor would be a war, okay, which could be a geopolitical conflict. It could be World War III, or it could even be a small war. It could be like the George Bush equivalent of Iraq. It could be Trump's equivalent of Syria, or it could be an escalation in Israel and the war in the Middle East, as we see a lot of this happening right now, which arguably could be even used potentially to Trump's advantage or disadvantage, depending on how it's structured. Again, people don't really like to change a president in a time of war. They like consistency, they like certainty, and when Americans are in a place of fear, chances are, even if they don't like the president, they probably re-elect him again. Also, the Democrats have no real chance of winning with the current lineup. Nobody in the playing field is worth anything and has any shot of winning, in my opinion. Not Bernie Sanders, not Kamala Harris, not any of these other figures. None of them have and possess the charisma that's needed to actually win. Ocasio-Cortez, maybe, but she's not old enough to run. I don't like her politics at all. I think she's kind of dumb, frankly, based on the way that she talks, and her ideas are just insane. I mean, the Green New Deal and all this, it's just absolutely insane. Taxing cow farts and these kinds of things. Nobody's really there yet. So I think what the Democratic Party is doing is laying the foundation. They haven't made the announcement for the Superman hero or the Superwoman hero who's going to announce to really rightfully contest Donald Trump. So we're waiting on that. In addition, the Democratic Party, if they're to win, if all they do is attack Donald Trump, they lose. If all they do and their talking points are Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, attacking Donald Trump, they lose. The only way that they could win with a shot in hell is if they actually have a good agenda. And they're telling Americans, and it's Obama-esque in nature, they're telling Americans how we're going to win again. They're telling Americans what their agenda is, how to clean up the economy and the country and move forward in a sustainable path and play into the socialist millennial generation. So they have to be running on ideas, is what I'm saying, in order to win. Otherwise, they lose. And at this point, I don't even know if they introduce someone with a lot of charisma and do what I just said, if they can even win at all. Because what happened over the weekend, which proved Donald J. Trump's innocence, proved his family's innocence, has completely exonerated him. Again, let the truth shine. Let it shine in all its glory. And to be honest, I kind of see a landslide victory in 2020, which I think is, well, pretty darn amazing, and I think it's great for the country. So once again, the mainstream media proves to be fake news. They prove to be the hateful bigots. They prove to be the ones spreading lies, conspiracy theories, and conjecture. We don't get a single apology. What we get from them is spinning it to the next mainstream media BS story. And it only proves that the deep state exists. It proves how evil and dark this shadow government truly is. And it's exactly why people like us here at AMTV elected Donald J. Trump to drain the friggin' swamp, right the path of this great nation, and make the United States of America great again. I'm Christopher Green. Click the links below. Please support us. Now, by the way, don't get complacent. I see a lot of people out there, they're getting complacent. They're like, oh, Trump's in charge now. I don't have to prep. I don't have to prepare for the future. That's bogus. We're at greater risk now than we've ever been. So take advantage of our offers. We've got a great food promo right now. By the way, check it out. We've got a few left in inventory on this special food pack that we've got at our store. Click the link below. Take advantage of it. Order it. Get the stuff you need and support what we're doing. Support the truth. Support Donald Trump. And more importantly, outside of politics, just support what is right. And, my hope and prayer is that hopefully this could actually bring the country together. The cynical side of me says it's not going to happen, which is why I keep prepping. I keep buying food, I keep buying water, and all the things that I talk about on a regular basis. So click the link below. Take advantage of that right now. God bless. Jesus Christ is King. I love you guys. And what a great day, an amazing victory for this nation.
Hello, I'm Chad Booksam with Alternative Media Television. If you are considering food storage for yourself, your family, or your friends, consider AMTV's exclusive food storage available right now at store.amtvmedia.com. For a limited time, receive 20% off the AMTV Breakfast Bucket, 25% off the AMTV Entree Bucket, each containing 120 servings. We pre-selected each product contained in these food buckets after years of reviews and feedback from the audience to create the best customized food storage available. So please act now. We have a limited supply. Click the link below or visit store.amtvmedia.com to take advantage of this limited time offer. Thank you so much, and God bless.